my God.
It's imagine what, kind of what I think about a blowjob with Pop Rocks would feel like.
Blowjob with Pop Rocks.
That would just be... You know how, because you can kind of rim a margarita glass with sugar, you can rim with a... Yeah, no, let's go ahead and stop that.
No, it's too late. We're already back on the air, and you are talking about giving a blowjob with Pop Rocks. That's the kind of great sickness that I'm working next to here.
Sorry about
this
that.
This whole trip is ruined. She's SaraBelle. I'm Sebastian. We're talking about fast food and junk food. Yeah. This is kind of our podcast. We feel like it's not being talked about enough. There is another podcast out there, as mentioned. We're not necessarily trying to go up against anybody, but we feel like there's a niche here that needs to be covered. With the amount of money that is made by these fast food companies, there's no way to not have this be a major genre of food. And you know what? I'm sorry to say, I don't give a crap what people say about me. I like it. I like burgers at Jack in the Box and Carl's Jr. and In-N-Out and, Five Guys. McDonald's even. Yeah. Now, I'll tell you my McDonald's story. McDonald's in Mexico and McDonald's in the U.S.
completely different.
Are different animals. Yes. So... Excuse me, I'm burping Mountain Dew. Please excuse me. What I was going to say was my first, maybe second week in Mexico. This was January 2014. I'm thinking back. I was in Mexico, a little bit homesick.
Right, yeah.
I just moved to a foreign country. I might as well have moved to Africa. But it was like the job was going well, but I just kind of needed to feel like I was in America again a little bit. I live close to this mall. Malls in Mexico are not that dissimilar. Yeah. And there was McDonald's at the food court. I'm like, aha, I will get McDonald's at the food court. And I've told this story to my students many times. And I told it even on the radio in San Francisco once, so you may have heard this. I asked they had a barbecue onion burger. Cebolla is onion in Spanish, and BBQ is international for BBQ in English.
In Korea it is also, yes.
Korea, she's an English teacher for Korean students. Yeah. I've taught English in Mexico. So, I get the barbecue onion burger, and I wanted sin cebolla, without onion, please. Right. And they're just like... They wouldn't speak to me, no words. And I was clearly trying to communicate in Spanish, but they're just like... And so, I was like, well, you can't do it without onion? I don't understand. But it's this language barrier. I'm this white guy. They don't see a lot of white guys.
Yeah, exactly. So, that far south.
I just was like, well, just give me the burger, and, I went. It looked like it had been made about 5 hours earlier. It did not look good. This was a sad-looking burger. It was dry. The meat was not fresh. And now I figured out why they can't do it without onions. It's already made. It's right there ready for you. Yeah. Fast food. And I was hungry. I needed to teach class, and so I needed to eat some of it, which I did. And I went home that night, and everybody out. It was bad, and I threw up really, really horribly. Did not go back to Mexico, or to McDonald's for the rest of my year in Mexico, and I actually haven't been back, even in this country now. I do love McDonald's breakfast food.
McDonald's breakfast food is one of my number one.
Fast food breakfast is another topic we're going to talk about here, because that's something we can spend seriously half an hour talking about. But that's in the future. Yeah. What did you bring up here?
I just brought up a 2014 review of the best fast food hamburgers and French fries.
Best fast food hamburger and French fries. Okay, this is from what now? Statista.com. Okay.
Yes. McDonald's has the best French fries overall from however many people
got it. Right.
Yeah. So
34% think McDonald's French fries are the best. Right. Followed by
Burger King, Five Guys. Oh, they had peanut oil. Peanut oil, I think, is going to be...
Does that make it better for them?
Yeah.
You like the Five Guys fries?
I like the Five Guys fries pretty good.
You know what? We had Five Guys fries. It was one of those things where we were like the only ones in the restaurant, so they emptied the entire basket into the bag. They gave us a big bag of fries at Five Guys. Me and my dad were there, and it was like, ooh, thank you. And they were salty, and they were divine. Yeah. Those are damn good fries, the Five Guys fries.
Wendy's and Arby's are tied at 7%.
Okay, we got to stop for a second. Arby's fries, they have potato cakes.
Well, they have the curly fries.
Do they have curly fries?
They have curly fries. That is their thing, the curly fries.
I always think of that when I think of Jack in the Box.
Well, Jack in the Box is there, but Jack in the Box is tied with Hardee's, a.k.a. Carl's Jr.
Got it.
At 2% with In-N-Out at 5%. I think In-N-Out should be higher.
Here's the thing. I've always said, now, McDonald's old fries, the old fries that were in
salty and the...
They were in the, partially... animal fat, or all entirely in animal fat.
It wasn't the...
It was not a low cholesterol snack. It was not for health. But those old McDonald's fries were spectacular.
Yes.
In my childhood, 1985 or so.
Those were the best.
Those were really the best. Now, they changed them when everybody went health conscious, and I think they did a 9 out of 10 job at keeping it. It really didn't get that much worse.
There was a period in there that the McDonald's fries were just meh.
They were sort of tweaking them, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. Now, with the burgers,
but still, even this is a modern survey, and they say to this day,
October 2004. Or 14.
A full third of people like the McDonald's fries the best.
So with the burgers, though, it's kind of flipped.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, look at that.
So, obviously, Arby's is going to only have the 1% because they don't really do burgers. They are... Roast beef and chicken. When you're looking at the next one, you've got Carl's Jr. Hardee's and Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
I feel like Jack in the Box really spreads themselves thin because they've got tacos, they've got burgers, they've got chicken.
Yeah.
After that,
those Jack in the Box tacos. Let's talk about that for a second.
Oh.
Yes, no.
No.
Why no? Now, we're coming from different places on this because you like taco tacos.
I'm
taco
very
tacos
pale.
from Mexico.
If you look at me, I am very pale.
Yes, you are.
You're
whiter than me.
I am whiter than you. I'm also pinker than you. But my last name is Navarro. I cannot say it correctly.
Navarro.
Yeah.
Yes.
And my nana is from Spain. My grandfather is from Mexico. So
I come over and make tamales.
Yes,
with her
we
family.
make our own tamales.
Not every Christmas, but the past couple Christmases.
Time,
Christmas time is the tamale making season, and I am an honored guest to sit at the table and spread masa on hojas for hours and hours.
Yeah.
And then we have them afterwards.
Yeah,
they're really good. If you don't know what a tamale is, sort of a Mexican dumpling.
Yes, that's how I explain to my Korean students. It's a dumpling.
Yeah, and it's either got a chili in it or some red chili meat kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's really good.
But no, so I am a taco purist.
Right.
Because the tacos have to be made the way that my nana makes them. And it's a patty taco. Yeah. And just the stuff at Jack in the Box is not... I like those Jack in the Box tacos. I will admit it. There's not a lot of fast food I don't like. One of the Trekkies in my Trekkie chat room said, when I was talking about doing a fast food podcast, he's like, oh, that's the easiest podcast in the world. All you got to do is sit there and say, oh, what a shitty experience it was and how awful the food was. And it's like, all right, that is one of the modern health nut kind of takes and paradigms on the whole thing, is that all fast food is shit and there is nothing good. It's a hamburger, okay? Yeah.
It's French fries and a hamburger, which people have lived on, by the way, for many, many decades. And we're going to talk about health a little bit and responsibility a little bit and, obesity a little bit. But ultimately, 90% of that shit is genetic.
Unless you've just come out of the hospital from quadruple bypass surgery.
I'm saying that. If you're on a diet, this is not for you. Yeah. If you're a fancy eater, this is not for you. Yeah. If you're organic and gluten-free and all this
triggers!
Yeah. If you're any of that, you're probably going to want to turn us off now because not only... Oh, I was going to say, I'm sorry for interrupting. Not only is this not the podcast for you, we're going to be talking about you. Yeah. And we're going to be making fun, probably in a pretty mean way, about the people who are on a gluten-free diet but aren't with celiac disease.
Right.
The people who are kind of... They think that wheat is poison because some people have celiac disease. Right. And so they go on this gluten-free diet or they go, organic everything... Or, they basically want to get it down, I feel like, to where everybody's eating nothing but spinach leaves, twigs,
kale. Don't forget kale.
Quinoa.
Kobe beef.
And I don't even think Kobe beef is allowed.
Here's the thing, though.
We're going to have to be vegan instead of the ultimate utopia.
The thing is, though, there's the paleo people also.
Paleo people?
Yes, the caveman diet.
What's the caveman diet?
Oh, you haven't heard of? No, we're not. We're not even gonna. No.
Nuts and seeds, that kind of shit.
Yeah, how Paleolithic man ate. Only.
Yeah.
No, sweet potatoes okay, but potatoes not okay because potatoes are bred within the last 200 years. Yeah.
Whatever. All right.
So another show.
And diet's probably a really good thing we can kind of talk about a lot. So we're gonna spend a lot of time. Just sort of chatting and freeforming it. Right. I have ideas of shows I want to do on my list here, but we just kind of talk about food so naturally.
Right. Well, that's what happens with us.
Yeah, and I feel like it's actually, we're pretty good connoisseurs. We're no better than any of you. So if you want to, communicate with us, please put a comment here on this, subscribe to us here. We're going to have our own separate kind of account on YouTube. It'll just be easier for us to do it that way, I feel like. But Both of us are reachable, and we'll put the email up here as well. And
I have the Twitter.
And, Twitter is probably the
yeah.
best way, actually, the most direct way, because I get notifications here constantly on Twitter,
Yeah.
and on my phone, and on my other phone. So I actually have 3 devices here.
I have one sad little device.
It's not a sad little device. That's a big, badass little device.
Yeah, no, it's got its own little kind of penis.
Let's wrap up talking some more, though, about burgers and fries, just because it's sort of my favorite thing. In-N-Out Burger.
Yes.
Onions, no onions?
No, I'm a meat, cheese, and mayonnaise. Honestly,
meat, cheese, and mayonnaise.
That is my burger thing, and people always look at me.
Even at In-N-Out?
Even at In-N-Out.
Okay.
I will get the double-double.
No, that means no lettuce, no tomato? Also?
No lettuce, no tomato.
Okay.
The only times I get lettuce and tomatoes are usually with chicken burgers.
Chicken burgers.
Or chicken filet kind of stuff. But
got it.
I am very lettuce, tomato, mustard, no. Just cheese, meat, mayonnaise.
That's funny. I shouldn't tell stories of people who aren't here to identify themselves. I'm going to tell a story about my dad. We all went to In-N-Out Burger. And this is not an embarrassing story or anything. But we all went to In-N-Out Burger. And as I said about In-N-Out Burger the other day, it's the place you go when all you want is a burger. There's a very limited... You don't go there looking for
fries,
fish sticks.
Yeah.
Don't go there looking for chicken sandwiches.
Onion rings or anything like that.
Off the standard burger and fry thing is really not going to happen. They have a limited hidden menu, a sort of secret menu.
It's not very secret, but yeah.
It's not on the menu there. And, but other than anything off the real menu, you're not going to get. So you kind of, you go, you're getting In-N-Out Burger. And we come back with 3 double-doubles. No onions for me, no onions for my mom. Onions for my dad. Mm-hmm. But he's there eating it, and he took the paper off, which I think is first the loser move. The paper kind of stays on to help keep it together.
Yeah.
But he's, sitting there, look at this! And his burger, falls apart in front of him. And he's like, look what a mess this is! Look at all this stuff! He didn't like sort of the tomato and the lettuce. And I always think it's part of we have a burger right there. I think it's part of the experience, the crunch. I don't like the onions, but I do like the crunch and the squish of the tomatoes and stuff like that.
And see, I don't like that.
It makes the hamburger. But yeah, my dad did not like it either, and I always thought he did. It's really funny.
Yeah, no, so their menu at In-N-Out.
It's actually called the not-so-secret menu.
Yes, I told you, it's not a secret menu.
I get that, but
they just have soda.
That's how it's known.
Soda, burgers, fries, and milkshakes. And you
what
can get...
What secret soda?
No, that's not secret. I'm saying their normal menu is...
Oh, their normal menu.
Their normal menu.
I see. I'm sorry.
So, and really, it's not really that big of a thing because their animal style is what their big special thing is. And when they put the stuff on the grill, so it's basically your extra junky stuff gets grilled.
Right.
with the cheese on top.
I see. Got it.
And you can order meat and cheese in any combination. So you can get 4 patties with 7 slices of cheese.
Yeah,
or whatever.
you can and I've had to do that. I've actually done that where I had a double with extra cheese.
Right.
And you have to sort of confirm, do you want 1 extra slice or 2 extra slices?
Right.
And I usually go for the 2.
Yeah. And then, really of course, protein style, which is no bun. And then...
Yeah, we're going to come back in a second. We have to stop again because of our YouTube limitations. But I want to talk about protein style, and I want to talk about KFC. Because I did this little video for fast food. I'm kind of this unofficial fast food correspondent, and that's what I want to be known as. I invented the double cheese, double down. And we'll look at it. We'll have it when we come back. I'm Sebastian. She's SaraBelle, and we will be
right back.
Right back.